Before we begin, take a moment to think about how connected your life is. Messages travel across the world in seconds. Knowledge is one click away. Entire lives exist online. Now imagine a time when none of this existed. No social media, no search engines, no digital world, just radios, paper, and silence. But what if history took a different turn? What if one invention arrived far earlier than it was supposed to? What if humanity connected itself decades before it understood the cost? Tonight, we're not talking about the internet, We're talking about a world that connected too soon. A world where the internet was born in 1950. Let's explore what that would really mean. Imagine the world in 1950. The Second World War has just ended. Cities are rebuilding. Nations are exhausted, suspicious, and divided. Computers exist, but they are massive machines, filling entire rooms, operated only by governments and universities. Now imagine something impossible happens. In 1950, humanity invents the internet. Not the fast, colorful internet we know today, but a global network connecting machines, data, and people decades before the world is ready. Everything changes. At first, the internet is a military and scientific tool. Governments use it to share information instantly. Scientists exchange research in days instead of years. Knowledge moves faster than ever before. Breakthroughs in physics, medicine, and engineering accelerate dramatically. Diseases are studied collaboratively across continents. Vaccines improve faster. Medical mistakes are reduced. Human life expectancy begins to rise earlier than in our timeline. Technology evolves at an unnatural speed. Computers shrink faster. Programming languages advance sooner. By the 1960s, personal computers might already exist in research labs. By the 1970s, homes in wealthy countries could be connected to early networks. But the world is not ready. The Cold War becomes digital long before nuclear missiles dominate global fear. Espionage shifts from spies in trench coats to silent data theft. Nations fight invisible wars through information, sabotage, and manipulation. Propaganda spreads faster, but so does truth. Governments struggle to control narratives. Citizens begin questioning authority decades earlier. Revolutions no longer rely only on weapons, but on information. Society begins to change. Education transforms completely. A student in a small town can access lectures from the world's greatest minds. Universities lose their monopoly on knowledge. Talent rises faster than tradition, but there is a cost. Privacy disappears before laws exist to protect it. Surveillance becomes normal. People grow accustomed to being watched without understanding the consequences. Human relationships change too. Letters disappear. Conversations become shorter, colder, more efficient. Communities expand globally, but local connections weaken earlier than in our timeline. Mental health issues appear sooner. Information overload becomes a silent epidemic. Humans, not evolved for constant stimulation, struggle to adapt. Addiction to screens begins decades earlier. Childhood changes forever. Economies are transformed. Global trade explodes. Corporations become powerful sooner. Wealth concentrates earlier. The gap between connected and disconnected societies grows dangerously wide. Entire countries are left behind not because of lack of intelligence, but lack of access. Culture accelerates. Music, art, and fashion spread instantly. Trends rise and die in weeks instead of decades. Identity becomes global. Tradition struggles to survive. And then comes the biggest shift of all. Artificial intelligence. With decades of extra data and computing progress, AI research accelerates rapidly. By the late 20th century, machines begin assisting decision-making on a massive scale. Governments rely on algorithms. Corporations trust machines more than humans. Humanity becomes efficient but fragile. When systems fail, societies panic. The internet, once a tool of progress, becomes something humanity depends on too much to control. So the final question remains, would inventing the internet in 1950 save the world, or break it faster? Maybe both. Humanity would reach incredible heights sooner but also face its greatest dangers earlier. without wisdom to match its power. And perhaps the most terrifying thought is this: the internet didn't just change our world, it changed us. Inventing it too early might have reshaped humanity before it was ready to understand itself. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more mind-bending stories.